Hey guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to talk about how the isolation stage of gang stalking actually benefits MK Ultra cult human traffickers. So, the main goal is to isolate the target, to get them alone. They're away from friends and family. So when you're alone and you're ostracized from a community, you're going to start feeling different feelings. Maybe you're depressed. You're going to get down with yourself, and that's the ultimate goal of the isolation. They want you to feel lonely and depressed and all these other different things. So that's how that they can get you to do things that you may not normally do otherwise if you had the support of your family and friends. So I've talked a lot about negative O's. I will attach the video down below. But it is my firm belief that negative O blood type is targeted from birth, whether it be the royal bloodline, the fallen angel bloodline, whatever it is. For some reason, the RH negative bloodlines are targeted from birth. So I'm going to try to make sense of this and explain it the best I can. So you have negative O's, and then with that, they're going to put some form of MK Ultra, whether it be the beta or the alpha, whatever they think that you're good for. So in the case of females, MK Ultra beta is what they program females under. That's the sex kitten alter. So they have an agenda that they want to fulfill. They want everybody sexualized. That's all they want everybody thinking about is sex, sex, sex. And this is how they go about it. It's very subtle things throughout your whole life that are kind of pushing you, steering you in the direction of something. And in my case, personally, my mom's family is very into the military, and military-based families, also Masons too, but military-based families, they're very into this MK Ultra. They take the firstborn daughter of every family. That's more so Masons, but the military does it too, and they put them under the MK Ultra beta, and then if they think that they're attractive enough to go further and into this whole thing, then that's basically what it is. They want us to be gay. They want us to be strippers and escorts and all these things. That is what they do from birth. This is pushed on you through satanic ritual abuse or just like subtle little hints or things. I'll explain a little bit later in the video how it really works. But it is a rare blood type to have. So it's even stranger that down here in Miami, there's 3 girls working for an entertainment agency out of 8 employees. So that's a little less than half for such a rare blood type. There's 3 O negatives. Same story pretty much. Trauma-based upbringing. Siblings are relatively normal compared to us, but it's just very strange that we would have 3 at the same agency and the same things going on, traumatic-based events throughout our whole lives. So it just brings me back to a time when I was working at a strip club in the south side of Chicago, and we were all in the dressing room, and this girl was talking about how she didn't make any money that day, and she was upset about it. And I had a decent day, and girls, they like to check the dance counts and keep up with everybody. So she had made the comment, yeah, too bad I wasn't born and bred for this shit. So I laughed, but she was looking directly at me, and everybody else in the locker room was just kind of like laughing, like to see my reaction. knowing this now, it brings me back to that moment, and it's almost like, did everybody else know about this except for me my entire life? And then it takes me to a more recent happening where I was with my negative O coworker, and this guy made this comment like, oh, she's born to please. And I just like looked at him, and we laugh about it like it was such a strange thing to say, but it brought me back to that comment. And then I'm just making all of these links between the sex industry and negative O blood type and the mind control and the military background, and just bringing it all together. And it's sad, but it's kind of true. So my first week in Miami, I made an obscene amount of money, and this was just doing shows, tips, and maybe 1 or 2 dances, like nothing extra. So I was like, this is great. Not that we do that anyway, but I was like, this is great, you know, like just dancing, doing the show, like in and out in an hour. But that's the weekend that I met the narcissist, the honey trap. So this was a perfect situation for this trapping, to meet him. And it's just strange how it all worked out. So how this works is they get you with this person. You know, it was my choice to move down, okay? He didn't hold a gun to my head or anything, so I chose to move down here with him. They introduce you to this luxurious lifestyle. They traumatize the crap out of you. They data mine you. They know psychologically what triggers you. So when you leave this relationship, you're used to a certain type of lifestyle, and they know that. So you're going to want to maintain that lifestyle. So I went back into the parties and stuff like that. But subtly, I was being introduced to the idea of working for an escort agency. People would come up to me and say, oh, you know, my friend, she works for this, you know, whatever agency. She's making tons of money. You should try it out. Wasn't ever really a thought in my mind, but then another person would come up and say the agency, and like I was like, wow, this is really weird. Like, it's like the synchronicity, but it was actually set up. These people were intentionally putting this in my head, because that's how mind control works. So how escort agencies get you in, and let's define escort agencies. Escort agency, you are paying for time. Okay, so you're paying for time to go, you're paid for time to go on a date with somebody. If it works out, if you like it, hey, that's between 2 adults. It's not, everybody has this misconception in their head that escort, oh, they're banging all these guys. There's some escorts, they don't even sleep with anybody. They get confused with the prostitute that's standing on the corner, you know, selling for whatever amount of money. It's not the same. It's 2 completely different things. If you are going out to dinner with a man and being paid afterwards, you are technically, by definition, an escort. So that's how they lure you in, you know, with somebody that's good looking. First they do the lifestyle, then it's someone good looking, take you on a date, you know, it's great, whatever. Then they want you to travel and go somewhere else. And then that's when they drop the bomb on you that you're going to be sitting in a hotel room waiting for people to come, and then before you know it, John Candy's chasing you around a hotel room, and you're just like, whoa, I need to get the hell out of here. This is not for me. So that's basically how they work you into it, and how they mind control you. They subtly bring up these hints to get you, you know, enticed by it, and oh, you don't have to sleep with anybody, it's just dates. And then when you're in it, you're like, whoa, this is not for me. So yeah, then from there the plot thickens. So I looked up this agency, and I don't know how it happened. Something happened that caused me to look it up, but I looked it up and it was the same exact address of the first building that I ever lived in down here. And then I remembered the email was, the email of the agency was an email that I found in one of my ex's secret emails. I hacked into his little secret email, I know, but my wheels were spinning, I needed answers, and it was the same email address of the one in his secret email. So, yeah, I'm not a good webcam girl. I am not a good escort. I do the parties. I do the entertaining portion of it. Maybe I'll do a lap dance here or there, but it's really just the parties for me. And when they found that I wasn't going to be useful to them in that way, that I was just going to do the parties, like, I was getting hit harder with the suggestions of, oh, you should do this and you should do this. And at that time, I already knew what it was. So I was like, absolutely not, not gonna happen. But that is how, through isolation and trauma, how they get girls into the human trafficking industry. And it's just really sad that some people, and then it destroys your reputation because they're putting you on community watch lists. They're telling everybody that, oh, you gotta watch her, like she does this. And that's how they get control over you. So it's been a wild ride down here, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. But without experiencing this, I never would have learned about things about my family, about my ancestors and things like that, and the negative old bloodline. And this whole thing has brought me closer to God. So yeah, it's really messed up and it's really scary stuff. But at the end of the day, my relationship with God is what got me through all of this. And I am in such a better place right now than I ever was before any of this happened. So it's strange how things like this happen to us, but it ultimately puts us in a better place. So for that, I am grateful. So everybody have a wonderful Thursday and God bless.